anything. Hello, hello, hello. All right, yeah, I think we got something going on here. Sorry about that. That's weird. It showed my microphone. Every now and then, this program does a little dumb stuff. But as you can see, my mic was on, so I thought I was live. But um, no music, but no Bonnie. But that has changed. Well, welcome in, you guys. Hello, Sketch, Squirrel Cat, and Chill Bill. What is going on? Welcome, you guys. So, I was saying a whole lot of stuff, I guess, for nothing, but that's not true. I was asking how you guys were, or rather, hope you that had a wonderful weekend. Hello there, Eden. Welcome in. Um, so, chat today. It's going to be another two-stage line. I'm excited to very much finish the movement of what's up, JC? Welcome in, welcome in. The movement as far as the Xotempo summer run. Pretty soon I'll be able to finish all the lines. I kind of want to start picking up the pace if possible, because again, my goal is to potentially finish a pitch Bible document by August 1st, which I don't think is impossible, but I'm going to have to, put the pedal to the metal. So the two-stage lines, I've kind of been reworking here and there, trying to figure out what feels right, what fits. And yeah, today I want to do something that I've said before often is I want to continuously create designs that haven't entirely been seen in Pokemon, or if not necessarily in Pokemon. Expand on concepts. And so for today, we're going to be looking at the bunyip. Okay? So I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures of the bunyip. And these are just obviously artist, you know, how do you call them? Interpretations and whatnot, right? So here's one from Wikipedia. And as you can see, they range quite a bit in their visual appearance based on who's drawing, right? So in these instances, they're like these kind of Wolverine-like kind of creature. Here's one from Australia, so that's where this mythology or cryptid comes from. And then like they range. Here's another one that's a little more alien-like, right? It's got like Yautja kind of stuff going on here. So I really have a lot of different routes to take it. Here's an even crazier. And so we're gonna kind of look at the, you know, the wiki for it, so we can kind of get an idea of like the base level. But as you guys can see, I am specifically wanting to turn this creature, even though there isn't, even though there isn't a hippo in Australia. As far as me wanting to try and, create my own takes on many of these mythologies and cryptids, I was going to say. I think it's okay for me to take that creative swing. In this world, we're not in Australia. We're not dealing with an actual bunyip. It's my take on one, and I feel like the ostrich as a base would make for a really good one. So these are like my inspirations. So chat, if you guys have any ideas on who I can make the first form, I would love to hear them. On one hand, part of me wants to make it a drop bear, which is basically a killer koala. It could be a cute killer koala, and it evolves into another Australian or Aboriginal kind of creation. It's not necessarily linked other than geographical location. That's fine. I'm not like super pressed about it, but there might be a better fit for when I do read what the bunyip is all about, right? Bonnie, I hope you don't mind. I made some of your Xotempo Nomad. I should have asked you for permission. No need to apologize. My only worry is that, those are outdated designs, so I'd want you to work with the best stuff. But that is still really awesome. I'd love to see it. Hello, Draco. Welcome in, welcome in. Some depictions of the bunyip, hippo, some is a marsupial, and some are walrus. Exactly. There's a lot of cool ways we can go about this creature, and I'm very excited because I want to see if I can do kind of the Nidoking kind of treatment in that Nidoking is like a general monster, right? It's not like a specific animal, right? Gen 1 had a few of those really cool, like, Nidorino isn't anything in particular either, right? Like, maybe you can be like rabbit-like, right? Um, but let's go ahead and read about the bunyip. Here's our visual board that I'll be using as inspiration for sure. Um, so, the bunyip is a creature from the Aboriginal mythology of southeastern Australia, said to lurk in swamps, billabongs, creeks, riverbeds, and waterholes. The origin of the word bunyip has been traced to the Wemba Wemba, or the Wergaya language of the Aboriginal people of Victoria in southeastern Australia. Chubby baby form? Yeah, gotta be, right? The word bunyip is usually translated by Aboriginal Australians today as devil or evil spirit. This contemporary translation may not accurately represent the role of the bunyip in pre-contact Aboriginal mythology, or its possible origins before written accounts were made. Some modern sources allude to a linguistic connection between the bunyip and Bunjil or Bunyil, a mythic great man who made the mountains, rivers, man, and all the animals. So a godlike kind of figure. The word bunyip first appeared in the Sydney Gazette in 1812, nearly 200 years ago. Over 200 years ago, was used by James Ive to describe a large black animal like seal with a terrible voice which creates terror. The bunyip is part of traditional Aboriginal beliefs and stories throughout Australia with this name, blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. This one in particular, this corner one, that illustration comes from the 1912s, or excuse me, 1935. By Gerard Markham Lewis. Physical descriptions of bunyips vary widely. His account of a water spirit from George French Angus from the Murundi people, saying it's much dreaded. It inhabits the Murray, but they have some difficulty describing it. Its most unusual form, it is said to be that of an enormous starfish. So let's go ahead and we'll start. I'll mark down starfish because that could be like an interesting to incorporate into its design, right? So starfish. Let's see. First recorded. Bunyip had been speared after killing an Aboriginal man. Outline image no longer exists. I'm not seeing much about the image here. Oh, here we go. Eugene Louise McNeil recalled from her childhood memory in the 1890s that the bunyip supposedly has a snout like an owl. I'll mark owl snout. Probably a nocturnal creature by our estimation. 60% resemble seals or swimming dogs. So I'll say seals. 20% of sightings are long-necked creatures with small heads. A long neck. And with these things, right, I can kind of restructure and add in elements like the hippo to make my own unique take, right? Seal dog variety is most often described shaggy black or brown coat. All right, so black or brown. According to reports, round heads resembling a bulldog. Bulldog. Prominent ears, no tail, and whiskers. Okay. Cool. Whiskers. Long neck variety is allegedly between 5 and 15 foot. With many folds of skin. And a horse-like tail in that version. Bunyip is described as amphibious, nocturnal, reclusive. Can swim swiftly with fins, so I'll mark fins. Or flippers, okay. Feed on crayfish. As a result, Aboriginal people purposely avoided unfamiliar bodies of water. Bunyip eggs are allegedly laid in platypus nests. Alright, so there is a lot, chat, for me to use to actually tell this story of this creature. Now, again, if you guys know of any basically a first stage form for anything I've described here, here's one that I kind of get HIPPO vibes from. So, let's see. Also, not sure if we thought of this before. I did find the Barbagazi. So, tell me about the Barbagazi because I have no idea what that is, but I'm excited to learn about it. And what's up, Thunder? Welcome in, welcome in. So, today's task is pretty simple. I guess I will start on the bunyip early. Hello, Dingus. Welcome in, welcome in. So, here's a nice vision and mood board of a lot of things. Once again, I have a lot of scary monsters, so I'll kind of like tame this one down to be like cute, scary, just like a hippo is, genuinely speaking, in my opinion, a great definition of cute, scary. Like, you see this, and it does not look harmless. It's chubby, fat, small eyes, small tail. Then it opens up its mouth, and you're like, oh. This one is pretty insane, so I don't really think I will be using this as inspiration, but I might as well just keep it on there. This one's kind of got walrus elements. This one's got a nice, like, homegrown kind of feel, like made by some artisans. The one at the bottom is very much like a seal-like, almost feline-like kind of face, while this one is just straight up nonsense, like an alien kind of thing. But yeah, so if you guys have any ideas of what to make the first stage, let me know. I'll get started. HIPPO. I'm going to probably, yeah, make this mostly, I think, based on a hippo. And that's what I'm excited to, like, I choose a lot of creatures, not just to balance out, outside of it being a strong Indian-inspired region, a lot of other cultures, especially Western, since it's kind of like the identity that I can kind of connect to. Shard Laura writes, welcome in. For the first form thematically, you could work with El Cuero from Chile, a creature that hides itself on rivers and bodies of waters as a fold of cow skin. Oh, that's interesting. I will mark that down. Thank you for that. Although I don't know if there's enough in that descriptor for me to create a whole creature from it, but something like what Lara just pitched is the kind of stuff I want to, like, I could see that evolution, right? Essentially a mer hippo, right? Yeah, kind of like that. So we have Hippowdon, right? For now, I'm going to start with like a general kind of body. Hell, I could even use the main form of a hippo, right? It's going to be mostly an aquatic kind of creature. It could be like a hippo, right? It could have these kind of flippers, but like it could still stand on them, right? Maybe it's got like these little claws, maybe on the front ones especially. And they're like these kind of flippers, like I said. I definitely want like the hippo kind of rolls. I feel like that would definitely add some interest to making it like the cute part, right? It basically looks like cow skin from the top, but under it's a giant mouth and snail-like eyes. Interesting. I could see that then. That could be a fun starting point. So it also has shaggy fur. So part of me wonders where I can incorporate that, right? Let's go ahead and give it like a big head. I'm gonna give it like a big hippo snout. And depending on whether I or not I do El Cuervo, which Laura suggested, that could also redirect the direction I take, um, for the bunyip, as it were, right? I definitely want to give it, Hippo's got like those very specific kind of teeth. And prominent ears. You know what? I also like the bulldog snout thing, so I could see myself give it like, what do you call like the flaps that a bulldog have? Like that, the jowl, right? Something like that. Um, let's go with the big snout. I'm gonna bring the head size down a little bit. Um, and have the shaggy fur. So I could do a thing where maybe the top half, because it's very swampy. I could give it like a lot of this kind of shag on the top half, you know? So you see, by taking all of these various things about um, the various accounts, I can kind of come and create this different take and still retain the spirit. So I'm going to add the wrinkles here. And I could also, of course, use many points of reference as far as maybe I will give him a kind of a horsetail a little bit. Um, make his eyes a little, yeah, smaller like that. Looks like the sniffer. What's the sniffer? I mean, I guess I can kind of guess what the sniffer does. Let's extend its bottom jaw, which is covered by the jowl here. And that's definitely again something you want to do, right? Look up other kind of creatures to give you a point of reference, right? Hell, I could even look at Hippowdon and just see um, how Nintendo and Game Freak went about Hippowdon's design, right? When I think of Hippo, I remember in their monster-shaped skulls for true, but I'm making a bunyip first and foremost, right? Hippo is kind of the base of a bunyip in my world, right? Um, if I were making a Fakeamon, I would probably really lean into the creature, but that's why I did the research, right? To try and find all the um, different kind of elements, right? The sniffer's a prehistoric mob from Minecraft, totally harmless. Gotcha. It does look like the sniffer from Minecraft. All right, let me look up sniffer because, as you guys know, I never want my creatures to so intentionally look like something. Um, oh yeah, I can see that. I can see the sniffer. The sniffer. He's cute. Look, there he goes. As someone who hasn't played Minecraft, I've played Minecraft all but 5 minutes. He's friendly, right? He looks mad cute. All right, which makes sense because I kind of wanted to create a guy who's like lurking in the swamps. I'm gonna look up at the same time El Cuero, Leyenda El Cuero from South America, Sudamerica. Oh my God! So hold on, maybe I saved this. This is El Cuero. Maybe that could be saved in the future for like a beholder inspired creature. So Laura, I love the idea, but I can see that definitely evolving or being part of a beholder line. So let's save el cuero. I'll mark el cuero on the side here. El cuero, and I think we had snollygoster as well. Could be part of the line because beholder definitely feels like it would be a three-stage line. So anybody got any other ideas for the first form? I could continue working on this. I think I also, what I'll do is I'm going to pull up walrus. Because I feel like a walrus is another creature who's aquatic that I can use for a point of reference. Man, walrus are so cool. They're so silly, cute, goofy, funky. I like insane creatures. Yeah, let me... Ah, this guy needs somebody give him some lotion, dude. Poor guy, he's probably hurting. So, walrus... had to get some water, not a worry. Welcome in, Rec. I played a shit ton of Minecraft, but not recently. I wanna play Minecraft. But I'd worry I'd get lost into the world, but I don't know. Alright, so walrus. I'm gonna throw walrus in there. Hello, Spore. Welcome in. Oh, Rec, I gotta show you. Hold on, it's been a long time. But, is this it? Yeah, I've got updates. I've probably been sitting on this for a while. I changed up the design. I tried the red hair. It doesn't work with, or the copper hair, with the kind of, first of all, I think I achieved a really nice color balance where she doesn't feel, the main issue, right, while using the darker colors is that she ends up looking kind of like a Meowscarada. And that's kind of been a point of trying to figure out the look feel. So I honestly think I can get the best of both worlds by getting the white hair from the original, which really reads Roserade. And then I grabbed the green for the pants here. And yeah, just the brown of the earthy tones. Another thing was the way I had split the other cape. Again, read too much like Meowscarada. So she's getting to a really awesome place where I think she feels like Roserade and not Meowscarada. Beautiful, thank you. I like them dry, ashy, yeah, nasty. But yeah, that's just been sitting here with, and then the purple fits really well with the red bouquet side, which is gonna look really ill with the flowers like lit on the garden wall kind of color palette that's happening. But anyway, so I still have a whole bunch of stuff. Rougerade. I'm going to. Is it the worst thing in the world if my guy is this cool? I think so too. I think she looks gorgeous. I changed up the body plan just a little bit. You know what? It could be really cool to kind of give him a hippo face. I said cool, but I think she's hot. All right, I'll just say it. All right, if I'm not making characters hot, what's the point? All right, that's just my opinion. But yeah, okay. I like the sniffer guy. I can see what you're saying because he's got like the top half is heavy. So, all right. As you can see, the bunyip comes in different flavors depending on the artist. I like the shaggy back. I'm going to, for the sake of saving the design, I am going to. She's a little on the big side? What you mean? She ain't big. Not that that's a bad thing. Thick thighs save lots, and she's got like the thickest. I can honestly see this having future sequel third stage based off of Amit. What is Amit? Um, but no, so far no third stage uh, in mind for this guy. This is going to be a two stage. Not one bit at all. I have a bowl cut. Damn. Who got a bowl? My boy got a bowl cut. Yeah, he low key does. All right, so you know what? Let's give him the Justin Bieber, okay? And we'll cover the one eye. All right. All right. Justin Hippo. My condolences is hilarious. I just came, but maybe his eyes could be covered. Alien, trust me when I say I want to cover eyes and hide the eyes, but my chat goes, Bonny hates eyes. And then I can never be the Rock Lee. Yeah, hit him with the Rock Lee eyebrows like this. Guy sensei! Okay, so I saved one of the bunyips from the side. I'm going to, again, I want to try giving him maybe, is it a wall? Should I do a walrus body plant? It could be very interesting. You know? Let's try it, man. This is how you create unique and interesting designs. The Needle King to the world, right? Characters that don't have a clear distinction where one creature inspiration begins and the other ends. Now, is this test going to be goofy? Holy shit, this is so ugly. He's like, help me. Wait, honestly? Help me. This, guys, chat, have you guys seen the film Tusk? Don't spoil it for anyone. If you have. But holy crap. Wait, you know what? This could be really interesting. I could give him like a flipper in the back. The bunyip. Now it doesn't have sniffer proportions. It could have this massive hump. And hell, let's just give it a big face. Why not? It could still have the hippo head. Yo, this is interesting. Alright. Holy moly. It'd be awesome design if the eyes are covered. What is chat talking about? Anubis's pet. She's a chimerical mix. Oh, that kind of fits, Draco. That does kind of fit. You never know, huh? Hippo and Justin Bieber was not two things. Hell yeah. I love the fat hippo. It's not that it's bad. Alien more than we just make fun of it. It happens all the time. What's up, Tenma? Now it looks more like a kaiju right now. Hell yeah. Tusk, sad face. Appropriate emoji, Joe. Calling you Joe is weird. I'm gonna just stick the dingus. I'm gonna have nightmares because of that movie. Yeah. Manny the hippo. It's like Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, this is very fun. I agree. This is a fun line. And he could be like, he's like a hippo. Oh, you know what I want to look up, chat? Check this out. Oh, look at this. Oh my god. Who's your good boy? Chat, I found a good boy. Or it could be a good girl. Oh, I found a good boy. All right, first of all, I'll put a cute one just so, you know, we get to look at something cute. Oh, come on. Look at him. So cute. Oh my god. Alright, so here's... Alright, that's a face only a mother could love, respectfully. I love bulldogs. So, don't get me wrong. Aw, look at this baby. Alright, so we got that one, and I'm trying to get... Because they said he's got like a snout of a bulldog. Yo, these companies gotta stop shoving AI like the way they do. It's mad annoying. Like, in the image search, now they're putting AI like generated stuff, which is like not what I'm trying to find. If I wanted to do that, I would have gone out of my way to do that. But they're trying to justify all the money they're spending into this AI bullshit. All right, let me use bulldog snout. Maybe I can find a better. You know what? That's fine. We'll just use that as a reference. Bonnie, my twin? Twin, where have you been? Looks angry in the cutest way. Maybe the Prevo could be a Selkie, basically a seal and a woman. Chat, remind me, do I have Selkie already? I forget, because Selkie could be a good one. I forget if I use Selkie or not. May not have, and honestly, that's pretty genius if I haven't already. I forget. Have you done a first form? No, not yet, not yet. This is an aboriginal. The AI summary. It wasn't a summary, but... Make a quick phone call. Thank you, Sketch. It is a bunyip. Yeah, it could be used for much better things. We know. Yeah, we don't have to. Not sure if this would work as a... But the Dobar... You're going to have to tell me what the Dobar... Chat, anytime you guys give me a crazy name like Dobar Chew or whatever, tell me. I won't know what these things are. Weird little question. My favorite types of question. Could there be two separate species of Xotempos that evolve into the same mon? That is very interesting. I not against that, but I feel like it would be a waste. Um, and if anything, I like the idea that maybe a single Xotempo could evolve into like two different Xotempo could potentially evolve into another one. I think that could be a very fun, cool thing, like in a very Digimon kind of way, you know, where it's like, oh, maybe all bird kind of spirits have some sort of like connective tissue. You know what I mean? Where it's like, for the most part, you could expect. I think that'd be really cool. I'd have to really sit down, and it's funny because I was just thinking about how like certain of my designs, I'm like, for example, Laura suggested the El Cuero. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to use the El Cuero's, design too early because I might want to evolve it into a beholder. But like there could be something really cool about, using a point of reference from multiple mythologies and having them connect in multiple ways, all right, so maybe I give him Walrus. Oh, wait. Maybe he can have his like dorky teeth like this and then like walrus tusks. Right? Maybe. Oh, this guy's nose. Okay, so let's do something like he's got a lot of wrinkles. So I'll have the fold come down like this. He's got like a Falcor thing going, right? I'm very surprised with the direction of this because I knew it was going to be kind of like a hippo, kind of some sort of thing or another. Actually, you know what? Forget the tusks. Oh, or I get rid of the hippo kind of buck teeth, and then I do this. And then I do... Yeah, this is so much more fun and interesting than just straight up making a true hippo. Like, it's got the hippo vibes in the front, right? But you probably never seen a creature like this in any of these kind of games, and that's what's exciting to me. Let's do the hippo ears. Dobar Chew is a creature of Irish folklore, resembles both a dog and an otter. That might be a good one, Draco. Might be a good one. Dobar Chew. Dog and an otter. Oh my god, but I have a feeling people would get upset if their cute little dog otter evolves into this thing. Although, to be fair, chat, can we agree this is kind of like an ugly, cute design? Right? He's ugly cute. Like the little dog from Deadpool. He's so ugly that he comes back around to being cute. You know? Yeah, I'm not gonna really use that. I definitely want to get the hippo teeth would really be good. I don't need the maybe the tusks. I can save that for like a more walrus creature down the line. This one would definitely lean more hippo at the very least because it's the body plan, the the levels to um not just the body plan, but like the wrinkly body, the texture. I love ugly dude. He's ugly handsome. Are we making the Goofy monster archetype? Goofy movie. Why does it give grandpa vibes? Oh, he's got, you know what he's got? He's got grandpa vibes. I feel like that would work if you did fusion. I really don't want to do fusions, but it is a possibility. It'd be kind of cool if some mons could combine. Would explain my many chimeras. Like if it was like it wasn't its main evolution line, but treated like Digimon. Like it wasn't its main evolution line. We making the Goofy. Welcome back, Winston Churchill. Yeah. I say pug cute. Oh yeah, that's true. Xotempo inspired by Beelstar. Yo, I need a character. It's adorable. I definitely imagine this guy with sleepy eyes. I think give this Xotempo some beady eyes. I think solid. Graham Hippo. Give those eyes, those skin flaps. I was just thinking the new Deadpool Wolverine opening. Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. Let's not spoil it for anybody. No, don't talk about any of the big reveals or anything. But yeah, it's just such a fun kind of film. Um, all right. So right now, I could do crazy things. I'm not gonna put the eyes there. I'm not gonna put the eyes there. Oh, this would be very the baby hippo vibes, right? Let's do something like this. Hmm. Let's see. I think this guy would be a sleeper hit. You know what I mean? How do I make a freaking hippo's head? Do I want to give him the flap thingy? Bunyippo. Bunyippo. Funny enough, I was thinking about Bunyippo earlier. It might be too on the nose, and he's got a big nose. Um, I don't know about Bunyippo because he's still got walrus vibes. Um, bloody mess. It was a little bit of a mess of a film for sure. By far the most vulgar and you know what? Actually, I kind of like the flaps. Let's see if I can make it work. Um, it was the most vulgar, the most violent. Um, it felt like it was more like a send off for the X-Men, Fantastic Four, all the Fox films. Um, but like the even more crazier stuff is all the nose hippo ugly. Oh, ugly because he's happy. Maybe guys up there close to each other makes me run Kyle from Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco's Modern Life. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I want the eyes. He could have. It would be creepy if I did something like this. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put it like right there feels right. I don't know if I like the fold after all. I keep going back and forth on it, chat. What do you think about the fold on the side? If anything, he does have whiskers. So I could trade out the... Oh, interesting. So maybe I get rid of the fold. Because I think it could be, you know what? That's maybe where I add even more of the hippo part. I don't hate it. That hippo? You know where it came from. Getting dinner. Gert hippo. There's fusion in there. Can imagine the hump being textured like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to go for, Dingus, without a doubt. Um, so okay, so that's good. Why don't I make the flipper? He gives a mix of hippo. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm trying to go for. Honestly, it might have to be Selkie. I think Selkie could be the first form for. Let me check on my list of the designs if I have Selkie in any of the evolutions. No, I don't. Even for... Okay, okay. I think I can make Selkie the first form then. Because, yeah, I'm looking at... It was Seahorse Pony Kelpie for my one line. And where's my mermaid? It just says fish, Beton, and mermaid. So I think I can do Selkie. So why don't I do this? Why don't I take a little break off of this one? Suppose the cow one. Yeah, I think it was Beton, right? Someone pitched Beton. A tiny tree on the back would be cute. A bloodhound look, absolutely, right? That's like a must. I feel like that's a must for sure. Like I want him to be like a gentle giant. So I'm gonna just give him some quick colors, and then we'll visit him again. I feel like this is pretty straightforward. I kind of want to use like a blue. Um, in that um, he's described like black, right? Like kind of like seals can be like black or dark gray. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, I choose like a color that's better for the design, no matter what. But I think like a swampy green. Hell, even you know what? Like, why not even get some pinks involved? Because a lot of hippos, if you notice, they got like a kind of pinkish kind of coloration happening every now and then. So it could be something like that. Um, Maybe the underbody is kind of like a pink color. Um, I can totally see him having these kind of like black splotches. Definitely going for a swampy green for that back hump. Um, Wonder if that makes his mustache pink. Oop, too red there. Oh, you know what? Before I do the Selkie, I kind of want to chat with you guys um, about some major stuff I mentioned in the Discord about how I want to go about um, more or less thinking about the system in play. Um, like gameplay wise, in addition to thinking about the order and chaos thing that's been plaguing me. So why don't I jump into that real quick? Wasn't it the manatee selkie? Oh, you know what? Oh wait, you might be right. You might be right. I think I adjusted that to Bitan after someone mentioned there was like some sort of thing, but you might be right. Did you stretch? I have not. Thank you very much. Let's hit that stretch. Podamongus, hippopod, and humongous. What are the two hippos named? Hippowdon and something else. Blue and pink breaking gender norm. Oh yeah, bloodhound makes sense. Real hippos have bloodlust. Grayish blue skin. Now they look like a little pig. I love that. Yes, but the last design, the sea cow one, is for mermaid. So all I remember is Selkie slash Baton, mermaid, and sea bull. No, so merman is not canceled. Back with more chicken. Mermaid is the last one. It might have been. So you know what? One way or another, let me. What's it? Bitan is the yokai. Are large, chubby, cow-like sea creatures which live in the waters around Okinawa. They have horns and beards like a dragon. Their bodies are fish-like and densely covered in scale. Hmm. If anything, Bitan is a great. Yeah, I mean it works. Hmm. You know what? I'll save Bitan to be with the Seaboar in like a part two. Or no, you know what? In the future, I'll just open up an evolution line, right? Like I can figure out, because I think you're right. I think I did want to go with Selkie because a lot of people are like Selkie or mermaid, but then we were like, no, they're manatees. Um, yeah, so I think that's what the fun was, where it's like a manatee. I mean, I guess either or it could work. Because one is more like a cow. Maybe it could be Bitan for this one, and then Selkie for the other one. Mangrove tree? What is a mangrove tree? Hippopotamus. Thank you, thank you. You gotta know hippopotamus. Yeah, I knew the name was like just like all around in my head because we got the shiny for sure. Um, Mangrove. I'm looking up a mangrove tree. They're very nice. They do feel like they'd fit with all the roots, right? Okay, so for now, let's just say here is the coloration. I definitely like it. Let me. Ooh, this is giving me like Bulbasaur vibes, like this color pattern, right? I kind of like that. Ooh, no. Image, hue saturation. Yeah, it really reads like it, right? Selkies are manatee, not man eight. Man eight. That seriously feels like it's trying to be an Ivysaur or something. Okay. I got another permutation in mind for this. But chat, are you guys ready for me to go over um ooh, that's a lot of references I have today. So this is what I'm going to do with the type stuff, right? So you guys can kind of give me your thoughts and whatnot. I'll keep them on the side for now. As you already know, the classes are the following: typic, lithic, runic, cryptic, gothic, and mythic. A pun, not a pronunciation. Gotcha. So this has been something um, that, you know, hasn't really been my guiding star for designs, right? Like when people make a Pokemon or Fakemon region, right? What do? Um, they more or less, uh, they kind of like, try and create things to a level um, where they choose their region inspiration, and then they try to, if anything, uh, get like the culture stuff as far as designs, but then finally at the end they might be like, oh, there's not enough bug types, there's not enough fire types or water types, right? And it's not like Pokemon also is particularly great at balancing out a distribution, and to be fair, it's difficult too, right? To kind of like, which are your must have creatures, what are your must have types. Famously, there are some regions where there's not enough fire types, for example. I believe that's Gen 4. Otherwise, there might be regions where there's a lot of water types, which, from a world point of view, like a lot of water animals live in the world, right? So, I have not really broke down the classes. Maybe that's something I would definitely do on a stream as well, right? That said, um, you guys are familiar with me trying to figure out, oh, is there going to be some sort of, type system? At the very least, I like that typic and lithic are kind of their own little thing. Runic kind of lives in the middle. Um, and there is a little bit of kind of a connecting factor to all this. So the next thing that I was thinking about, as far as again a strategy type of thing, because we like Pokemon because obviously the designs, but we like the battling and that there's a sense of strategy. We look at those games and we're like, I want to have XYZ on my team to cover up my kind of weaknesses and whatnot. But since that's not a formal thing, I still wanted to try and find a way of how I could put more into the chaos and order kind of thing. So I'm going to go over something and you guys can kind of tell me your thoughts. But as of now, again, as you guys know, order does not mean good and chaos does not mean bad. So it's order. I'm going to do flow in the middle for now, in chaos. A trifecta, right? That is a trifecta where you pretty much have something that a system of checks and balances, right? In a way where order checks chaos, chaos checks order, flow kind of lives over both, or kind of like helps permeate the gap, right, as the middle ground. In that class, can you write which attribute presentation them? How do you mean exactly? So I thought about another classic strategy game that I love, also from Nintendo, that has something called a weapons triangle system, right? So Fire Emblem, swords, axes, and lances, right? It's a very straightforward kind of system. Off the top of my head, I forget. So you know what? I'm not even going to put the symbols. But I was thinking, I like this idea of maybe making, instead of like, so if I am fixing, quote unquote, fixing things about Pokemon, or if not so much fixing, but like making my takes on it and whatnot, instead of having to worry about a million different typing, what if your creatures, if you recall, I do this as a grouping, right? A class system, right? Where like, where do they belong in the greater part of the world? But what if the order, flow, and chaos, it wasn't just for um alignment, because that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, right? So there isn't any kind of um not to say reason to have alignments, but if it truly does affect the kind of moves you can use, if it does affect evolution, um I like the idea of potentially having three, obviously these three kind of dictate a sort of weapon triangle. Um, and obviously this is still all a work in progress. So I like the idea that maybe your Xotempo stats change depending on where they exist on the spectrum of alignment. Chaos might be more special attackers. Orders might be more physical. Flow is kind of a mixed attacker. So I like this kind of thing where um, the alignment system not only alters your stats, so you can push your creatures in like a certain direction, but it might affect their evolution. It might affect their move pools. There's a lot of cool things I can figure out. So I want to hear what you guys think based on all that I'm giving out. Ross writes, like each six class is have attributes they representation, like that class have water, grass, or fire. It's more so like for example, runic would cover everything as far as elements, right? Fire, water, grass, electric, ice. This would be kind of like your normal bug types, fighting types. Lithic is rock, ground, steel. Rather than breaking them down so specifically, which I don't think is necessary for my world, cryptic is kind of like all the unknown kind of stuff, right? And then gothic is dark, death, psychic, and whatnot, you know? And then if you are going to look at it again from a Pokemon perspective, mythic is like dragon and fairy, and a light type in a way. But, beyond that. Question lore-wise, with this classing system, who or what labeled the Xotempo in these categories? I don't think that's super important, but as far as a lore perspective, it would probably be like the gods of order and chaos, probably, bestowed their strengths. Like they're like, oh, you would be my agents for my agenda, right? I want order to exist in the world. And it's not so much that they're fighting each other to reign order over chaos, but that you wouldn't have one without the other. So they're like, oh, you would be a good disciple. You represent order well, that's your values. However, I like the idea that it's an alignment system. It doesn't make you who you are. If you were an order Xotempo, you could shift to be a chaos one if you use more chaos moves, you know? And that way everyone can kind of feel viable in their own way. But again, these are just early thoughts, right? Cryptic doesn't really have any connection to the Pokemon. Cryptic is more like Objectmon, things that don't really fit in the other realms. Aspects of Order Chaos. Understand. Thank you for the answer. Of course, of course. So the trouble here is obviously with Order and Chaos. in Fire Emblem, I believe sword is stronger. Let me see. Sword was stronger than axe. Um, Axe beats lance, and lance beats sword, I believe. Right. So I'm trying to get my own thing for that. Um, bunyip. It's not so much a brawler, but the way I see it from Typic, everything is natural. As you move to, it becomes super. Exactly, Joe. Beautiful quote, Bonnie. Everyone is viable in their own way. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to not worry about types during the creation process, right? Of course, I enjoy and love when you guys ask, like, oh, Bon, what domain is he going to be in or class is he going to be in? And that is important stuff to figure out and think about. Um, but I want to let design lead the way first, right? Um, if I can pull off a system where my bunyippo, right, just for now, I don't think that'll be the name, but um, my bunyippo could be more of a chaos bunyippo, and maybe he's more of like a special attacker. But then you raised your bunyippo to be more of the order alignment. That would mean yours is probably more a martial fighter and stronger defense and stronger attack. You know what I mean? Bonyip Johnyip is fire. Humonyip. Um, but yeah, so what do you guys think? I really like that system. And if not, I'm not opposed to making it that, like, obviously, like, you could have each of the classes, right, assigned to all the creatures. Um, More like ice slash grass. I like the classes don't have superiority over the others, except when a cool mon gets. Yeah. Um, it's like, a great design gets screwed over by a typing. You know, um, so if there is a kind of type triangle to be aware of, there could be something cool with that. But I do have trouble trying to figure out what I might do and how to, like. Another thing is I want a logical thing, right? Like even down to Rochambeau or rock paper scissors. There's a logic, right? Rock destroys scissors. Scissors can cut through paper, but paper can cover rock. I am currently trying to figure out my rock paper scissors if possible. I think I like these classifications even more so that there's a potential for a shift in order, chaos by their movement. Would this replace natures and Pokemon? In a way, yeah. Yeah, I think that's simpler, right, Draco? Like, I don't want people to have to be like, especially if they're coming over from Pokemon, right? Bonnie, is Gothic stronger than Runic? Is Runic super effective against Typic? Is Typic super effective against Cryptic? I'm sure I could sit down and figure out a whole bunch of things like that. However, the cost of investment is a lot if I'm asking people to come over. That's why I'm like, hey, don't worry about the classes or the typing. Choose the guys you like, who you think are cool, who you think are cute. Um, and then because of this weapon triangle system, it's a lot easier for you to get into battle. Maybe, at the start of their name, there's a symbol that says, like, oh, this is an order creature, or this is a chaos creature. Even for evolution, it could be really cool to, unlock some of the splits, right? You would have to do an order chaos kind of side. But what if you're like, okay, I wanted to evolve him to get the chaos evolution. However, I wanted to be more raised as an order creature. And then I'm like, I like that you can change their destiny, that they're not locked in to be a creature of chaos, right? Your OC species called? What does that mean exactly? And welcome in. Digimon has that type true thing with data vaccine virus. Oh no shit, that's cool. Data vaccine virus. That makes a ton of sense. Question: if Mono is a chaos form turns order, is that form locked? I don't think so. I like the idea that at any given time you can probably switch back and forth. But I think for a balance kind of thing, you would have to set that up before the battle. I think that'd be a little more fair. Force the balance or corrupted the balance if cannot break the balance, cause disaster. There's something there. So I'll tell you guys like the words that I'm kind of using in my kind of space. So on one hand, I think in reality chat, there's going to be four. Where, so let's just say maybe it's so much that order, flow, and chaos have their disciples, right? So let's just say order is, to me, order is like justice, right? Using what you have, right? That to me is like body. So let's represent it with a fist for now. Okay. So let's say this order is physical attackers. Chaos feels like you're manifesting the elements around you. So that to me is very magical. So I'm just going to kind of do a symbol like this, which is like runic. And this kind of goes into the class system I've had. It could be that maybe Gothic and Cryptic could lean into chaos. Typic and Lithic lean into order. And I think I've talked about this before, so you can kind of see how everything is linking together, that I set the base for this to eventually come back around, you know? This is the Bonny John difference, baby. So order and chaos on this side, and that runic is almost like represents the balance space, you know? Let's see. The Digimon also has the free attribute that confuse. What is the free? Because that might be something similar to what I have here. Like the idea of just choosing what you like rather than what is stronger, mainly due to liking rock types would get shunned. Yeah, exactly. That's why, you know, these won't have bearings as far as weaknesses. But this is just messing around with the alignment system and how that affects. Because there needs to be some level of strategy. If there isn't, the game won't be fun. Because anybody can just chuck anything out. And I'm not saying no matter what it is, a meta will always find its way, right? Using their body. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter, wreck. So order is physical and chaos is special. I think so. Oh, body, soul, and mind. Interesting. Now, yeah, I guess that. Yeah, and you know what? So that could be. Mind and soul is different, right? I feel like, so this would be soul in the middle. So body. Right now I'm not taking names. I'm doing this part thing for now, Draco. How about, so body. Soul would have to be the middle, and chaos is your mind. Yeah. I could see that. So if it's body, your mind, so it could be heart, and then like, let's just say brain is like something like this. But even then, I still have trouble. Like, hold on, let me look at the Digimon thing, because that did make sense. Digimon is the type thing: data, vaccine, and virus. I'm telling you, Digimon has been my goat. It's been an inspiration for a lot. Now here they are coming back here. Data, vaccine, virus. So I'm gonna just guess what it is. And what is the free thingy? So I'm guessing data. Data is like, you know, by itself. Oh, so virus would kill data, and data can be turned into a vaccine, which beats. See, that's so smart. That's so cool. So I gotta get something that makes sense for like spirits, I guess. I like the level that's going on here. Free attribute is essentially the normal typing that, yeah, I think I would want that too. I think that's important for something. Fire Emblem also has that as well with the gray coloring. I'm currently not taking names, but feel free to pitch the names after once I get back into the designs. But I'm trying to live in this space for now. Um, and if it's boring, we'll jump back. But I wanted to share about it because I was excited. Um, so I like that order flow and chaos could give something, but already in itself, flow is meant to be that neutral and third. So, oh, maybe it could. Ah, man, would that be biting off of the thing? Oh, Monster Destroyers also has rock paper with speed, power. That makes sense too. Dang, speed, power, and technique. That makes sense. How do I do my own version? Maybe it's more like with spirits, right? So I think sketches onto something. It could be something like cleanse, haunt, maybe, and something that's like more neutral, right? Like data is neutral. No, but speed, power, tech are three different aspects. Um, what does forcing the balance mean to like what? What does forcing the balance mean to like what? Um, like I want to have a proper triangle, kind of like um, fire, water, and leaf, right? That's why it's the trio in the beginning of the games. It teaches people right away. So imagine I get to teach people in my game. Oh yeah, like instead of like Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, they're like, here's fire, water, grass. I'm like, that's all you need to know. Now go and enjoy the game. Unscorrupt contain. Hello, Jelly. I'm talking about what I want to do for um my type triangle, weapon triangle kind of strategy thing. I like cleanse. I don't know about contain, but I like the C's that you're going with. Cleanse, corrupt. It's very similar to Digimon in that way, with the corrupt and the virus thing. But I mean, I guess you can't really secure, contain, protect. That's amazing. That's funny. That's funny. I do want shorter words, or change if you want. Change feels a little too open, right? Order, flow, chaos. You know what? Maybe it is order. Order. I don't want order to defeat chaos, and I don't want chaos to defeat order. You know what I mean? Yeah, kind of like chakra balancing in a way, right? So, is yeah, I want, or you know what? Conversely, I could do a four. Oh, wait, chat. This could be it. Hold on. It could be a diamond system. Because I don't want, like, I don't, order and chaos can live on two sides. And this could really, because there's steps in between order and chaos. I think we got it. I think. I don't know. I don't know why I'm excited, but I am. Order and then descending into the step between low. Okay, so chaos defeats flow. Does that make sense? This hippo doesn't look that hippo with the times. He's hip with the times. He's just really old. And Rubber Band, the fourth new member. So if it's not a diamond, I could do diamond. That could be really cool. Because again, I just don't want order to defeat chaos. So order here. Because then order would be chaos if I put chaos here. But then if I do this, chaos would defeat order. That's why I'm thinking it needs to be. Does this make sense at all? What if flow lived in between two? So chaos beats flow, order beats flow beats order, and flow beats chaos. That's stupid. That don't make any sense. Design looks great. Thank you. It's not done. I'm definitely going to go back and adjust him a little bit. He's a cutie pie, though. Rules? Like, what are the rules of combat? Um, Otherwise, yeah, like I said, I had it listed here as, oh, order, bond, and chaos. Guys, you know what was funny? I was like trying to find the middle thing. It could be bond is the third thing. One is a nod to bondsters. And then above all, like how I always wanted to attain like the highest level with your creature. If you don't want them to live in order or chaos, you can have them in the bond form. Although bonded sounds a little sussy. Distort? I don't know if it would work here, but I also love the idea of order and chaos both being super effective against each other. Yeah, I like that too. I like that too. I don't know how to make that work. Bond's better. The name's Bond. John Bond. John Bond Jovi. So I have order, bond, chaos, physical, combo, and special. Like a physical attacker. And this would be very much... Okay, so let's say like physical, right? Like let's say it's like a punch symbol. Physical could beat a combination guy, right? So let's just make it a plus because it's a combination mixed attacker. But then and I'm going to use the psychic symbol for like special attacker. Special attacker beats the martial artist because they really can't do much. Does this make sense? Soul ties? Those are the only thing that I could think of going in between order and chaos. Oh, I got you. Cure, soul, and bless. But bless and cure seem similar though. I'm gonna mark corrupt. This is fun though, right? It's like another side of design. Corrupt, cure, bless. It's gotta be like 3 to 4 things. No, let me be the next pro tag, yo. That'd be lit. Bond. I'll put bond here. Order. Oh, you know what? It could be bond. Okay. Order couldn't beat bond. Oh, I got it, chat. So, bond is the middle space. Okay. Oh, I think I got it. Bond is the middle. Where if you've bonded with your creature, that's the highest level, you are kind of like a mixed attacker. Right? Like most averaged out. Then, you have order. You know what? Yeah, so I'll do... Oh, I think I got it, chat. I think I got it. Let me move... Because I want it to be just a little bit bigger. I think it is going to be a triangle. I would not be opposed to a 4. If you guys, have anything cool. But, look at this. I think I got it. So, bond is your 4th where, you are bonded with the creature. You guys have kind of like... As far as a general stat spread, it's like the most averaged out in a... Like, you're evened out. So, let's say this is order. So, I'll just put O. I'll put chaos. Right? So I'll do like this. Order and chaos are both strong and weak against each other. That makes sense. Over here. And so it's like that reverse weakness thing. Flow. It makes sense. Flow trumps order because order needs a routine. A flow comes in and shifts the pacing of order. Meanwhile, chaos trumps flow because too much chaos overruns a flow, right? Like if there's a river, it's made turbulent if there's even more water added to it. It becomes not a river, but it becomes river rapids, right? Does this make sense? And then bond is your like averaged out neutral kind of thing. So order would be the physical. chaos is your special, and flow is your mixed, which is kind of like turning on the dials. I think that makes sense. And so it's it's both good. I would say as far as mixed, it could be a combination of a mix of um it's kind of like a and so the region's gimmick is bond or whatever I choose the word for like pairing. Where mixed is any number of stats that are like from both parties, from both order and chaos. However, bond is for every Xotempo. Bond allows you to get the most out of your Xotempo. Like that's kind of your goal. I would need to have obviously the benefits of sticking with order or chaos would be maybe mastery over the moves. You get like 1.5% extra damage or whatever, like a stab damage. So mixed would kind of just be like not so much average moves, but like as just as in Pokemon, mixed attackers they don't do anything particularly well. They're like averaged out, but bonded give you maybe unique moves and they're like just better stats. Like you basically no matter between physical, special, or rather order, chaos, or flow, your goal would still want to be max bond, and then you'd be all set. Um, let's see. What is there is a two-directional line in the diamond making order and chaos effective against each other? A two-directional line in the diamond. See, I like the visual if I did do the diamond, where I do like that order and chaos lives there, but I think I solved it. Let me check and see what you guys think. Your spirit is your heart, and your soul keeps the opposite order. And order stable, and your spirit heart it's the grayness in between black and white. Chaos flow order static. Static means still. Yeah, but static it doesn't really represent a stage of your being, right? Like no one is truly static. You're either in a chaotic state, a flow state, order. If you're static, you're sleeping or you're dead, right? You might be biding your time, but that's not like a true placement. I like the placement of Bond to be 2. Just realize the whole protagonist thing gives 6 degree of connection between JoJo and Doctor Who. Cooking stand back, it's hot. He's not burning the kitchen. Bonnie making OCs. It makes sense. Some nice cooking I'm smelling. Hell yeah, he's cooking. Good, good, good. What does the outside and inside arrows mean? Like attack versus inside? It just means like in the world, it could have like a reverse weakness. So everybody keeps each other in check. Whereas, say, in Fire Emblem, truly, it's truly a one-way triangle. This is a two-way triangle. Perhaps Flowmont could be quicker. That makes sense too. That could make sense too. Does this make sense? Before I know you guys like it, but does it make sense? You force your bond, aka forced balance is why in that episode in XYZ Ash got broken and acting weird. Yeah, I mean that's certainly a concept I could think about. I don't think I would make it a true like you know what I mean? Like I don't know how I would make it the repercussions of that, like how to force it, but it's possible. Like jack of all trades versus yeah, exactly. Like I would say Flo is a jack of all trades. No, sorry. Flo is a master of no physical and special. You know what? Let me remove it like this. Maybe you know what? I take a page out of the book of. Let me mark the names too. So, order. In fact, I'm going to take out bond for now. Order, chaos, and flow. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So I want order and chaos to be strong against each other. Because it feels very unfair if they're both one side and it's not even. Over here, order destroys flow because that's a routine taking in place and defeating, chaos before it takes root, right? Order going into a flow will eventually become chaos. As a result, flow can also oh, wait a second. What if I made it? No, see, that would make sense. Exactly. Okay, okay. So flow defeats order. No, wait, that doesn't make sense after all. Does it? Does it need to be a diamond? I thought I was cooking. Am I right or wrong? Does this actually make sense? Order defeats chaos. Chaos defeats order. Flow defeats chaos. Wait, yeah, wait a second. No, because yeah, then that way. No, if I do this, that means everybody's super effective against each other, no? Does this make sense? I see chaos and order like the equivalent of motion versus logic. Yeah, exactly. Flow in this case would be like a moral middle ground. Yeah, and flow could lead to one way, right? A lack of flow could end up in a routine called order. But you know, putting the pedal to the metal on flow would lead to chaos. Too much of it, right? Emotions, instinct, and logic. I love that. That actually makes a lot of sense. Although I don't see that overtaking the wordage or verbiage I'm using. And the bond. Yeah, for sure. Bond absolutely lives in the middle. Because that's you living perfectly in all three camps. You've superseded the need for label because you've reached maxed bond, right? Instinct. And then logic. If you want, you can make flow neutral to both, but as a downside gains no. I think that seems right. So order, no, but then look. Forced, corrupted, twisted? No, corrupted and twisted are about the same. And enforced too. That's a little awkward. Yeah, that makes no sense. Then at that point, there's no reason, right? Let me see what Dingus wrote. If you want, you can make flow neutral to both. So, dang, I was so close, chat. Order is super effective against flow. Does it need to be a diamond? The main thing is I just don't want order to be stronger over chaos. And, you know, or vice versa. Because the whole idea is either one of them could take over the other, right? That's what the balancing act is. You know? Damn, I was so close. So how do you do the... Because there is a way to... Hold on. I think it could do reverse triangle, right? If everyone's super, then no one will be. Order trumps flow. Right? Or you know what? Let me use colors. It could really help. Right? So order defeats flow. So they can fight each other. And then order trumps flow? What if we pulled up the definition to get a better image? I don't think it needs to be a diamond if order and chaos don't interact, but there might be a way I'm not thinking of. Meanwhile, the bunyip ice rolling from the tinkering. I know, right? Poor bunyip watching. Chat, it's right around the corner. If we put our heads together, we can get this. Imagine how order and chaos are strong each other and flow can resist both, but not be stronger. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So how would I then it's not really a triangle. you know? Um, I like that they're weak against each other. Order defeats flow, flow beats chaos. See, that doesn't make sense. How could flow beat chaos? And then, oh, wait a second. Wait. I think it could work. Flow beats, or no, it doesn't. That makes no. Oh, it would be a bad affinity. I'm. I see. I see. Chat, I've been looking at it. Different light spectrums? In what way? I think I'm doing something dumb. Let's do this. I should do green and red. So green means super effective, right? So we know that they're super effective against each other. So order trumps flow. How could flow defeat chaos? That's the only issue. Rainbow, neutral bow, moon bow. It's a good one. In reality, it's not, I'm dumb, Chad. It's not that they're super effective. Flow is not resistance, but weak to order. Right? Like, flow. No, that doesn't make sense either. What if flow resisted both order and chaos but has no advantage over the other? Chaos and order could be strong as if they were both the dragon type. Yeah. What if it's split by attacking and defending triangle? Still not getting that. What if it's split by attacking and defending? Does it need to be a diamond, maybe? Do I go back to diamond? Because there's no world where I'm trying to, like... Might be complicated. Could have the triangle super effective in one direction, the other way for special. That's what I'm, like... I feel like that's something that I'm thinking, JC, but I can't head it. Not triangle, but it does have to be. I feel like thematic aspect should supersede the aesthetic. It doesn't have to be, but then at that point, there's no reason to use it. It'll set up something called a false expectation, especially for a strategy game, right? And that I agree 100% that the thematic aspect should supersede the aesthetic. The aesthetic is to be used as a learning tool. Like you show someone the Fire Emblem weapon triangle and they get it right away. Even if it doesn't necessarily make sense, because I think it's like axe beats sword and sword beats lance or whatever it is, right? And you're like, is that the case? And you could kind of make a case for it, you know? Let's bring back a four-way type of thing. I wonder if maybe it's in there. Because the diamond system is pretty... And that way it's not like Digimon's thing either. Triple yin yang? My mind when trying to understand this, Avalanche, Local Flowers, Lab Rat Dog? I have no idea. I gotta play FF7. Don't spoil it for me. I know obviously like main things like Sephiroth. But I'm gonna wait till they get all the parts out and then I'll play it when go through. The arrows of flow are going downwards, could still be a triangle, but not a trio in the rock, paper, scissors sense. Triple yin yang. What's funny is I've been looking at Wu Ji, the absence of like yin and yang and stuff. Order, chaos. I even use black and white like yin and yang. Definitely a point of reference. So order, okay, if it's not, maybe flow beats order. So yeah, it would need to be one more word inside where flow is like more on the chaos side. I need another thing that lives more on order side. So it's like order. Like flow feels like a halfway point between order and chaos that leans more to chaos, if that makes sense. I would now need another word for halfway point for flow to be more on the order side. So it's like order and chaos are the extremes. The other two are the middling grounds, right? So I'm going to find another word for stagnant is a negative term though. Oh, defiant. Subside. Defiant is kind of close. That feels very order-like, doesn't it? Like you're... In fact, actually, defiant might be too strong, but something there for sure. Because you're like resisting flow and chaos, right? Um, but another word for flow or opposite of flow. Order progress. Hey, what's up, Rupee? Progress is a little too long, but because remember, oh, so well, not remember, Rupee. Now that you're hopping in here, routine progress, like you would be having an alignment, right? So there wouldn't be really a progress alignment. You'd be like the order alignment or chaos, a flow alignment. If we're imagining it in another light, we could use the triangle using body, mind, soul. Body is weak to mind, mind over body. Mind is weak to soul, emotion true. Soul is weak to body. A soul is trapped in a body. Interesting. Just defy instead of defiant. But the personality being defy, like I'm the defy, you know. Rupee got something cool cooking. I can't say we anymore, but stay tuned to his channel. Or maybe someone else's channel. Opposite of flow. Let's see. Are you guys subscribed to Fruppy? Let's see. Opposite. I like another word for defiant. We're almost there with this weapon triangle thingy. Abate, ease, cease, suspend. Still or calm. Firm. Jelly. I like firm, and it also has F in it. For flow and firm. Sounds good. Good. Firm is really good. Like that definitely feels like that's on the order side of things, whereas flow feels like it's on the chaos side. Right? Word, and word. Rebellion's too long. Order, chaos, flow, and firm. That's the alignment system, and that's what's going to affect the way you battle. Whereas your classes or your type, right, as far as a visual kind of characterization, descripting kind of thing, is just purely there for grouping, might affect the kind of moves you can use. Okay. Got myself a sketchbook. Nice. I know that look. You got something incredible. Did you guys see the video from this past Saturday over at Ron's channel, by the way? Really chaotic, crazy video. I scared you? How? My bad. Firm feels like a good one if I'm planning to use a weapon triangle. What do you guys think? Order and chaos live on the extremes. Order would trump firm, because firm is like a softer state of order, right? So maybe what would happen is you would find most creatures either in flow or firm, and then you would have to, for the evolution, kind of like raise them up to go into a specific direction. Good video, saw that, great video, good. Rush and slow, rush being ordered to chaos as in not fully slow. Again, it's not fitting with the personality thing. That's like the main thing I mentioned from last time, where you can gauge people's personality with firm and flow. Rush and slow are more like verbs, right? That describe an action and less of personality. Like standing firm on something or going with the flow, I think this really fits. And the middle one is bond. Yeah, absolutely. Bond, or it could be another word for... Ooh, you know what? And I like that it becomes this like rectangular square in the middle, free of the other visuals. So this is a very simple... And, maybe the names or the words for this changes. But this feels right. That way, it kind of tells you what everyone's alignment is, and you alter them based on the kind of moves you use. They'll affect the move pools. It'll affect evolution methods, things like that, right? That feels very good to me because I couldn't get the three working. It might be cheesy, but what if true? True also doesn't read as a personality type. Like true is either it's true or not because you're true to yourself. I like it, but no, I'm always happy to hear it. But I think this is good for now. You're true to yourself, but that doesn't really describe living in between order and chaos, right? That's more like, and then also we use that as a descriptor to describe if something is factual or not, right? Like truth is very much uh ironically could fit, on you depending on your perspective. You can alter the truth to create chaos, lie, or then if you live in order, you want the truth, it needs to be a very black or white thing. It's either true or not. So speed, attack, special attack, defense, not so much that. It's not that at all, actually. It would be more so that these are the kind of alignments that you live in, which maybe why it wouldn't work. It might need to be a triangle, but I like this for now. It gives me enough to like really sit down and work on stuff, because I like flow being the third thing, but again, having a three-way kind of thing, my mind just went to the Callow starters, where you have like the two triangles that go backwards. Advance, surge, and rush. Still verbs, right? A movement, less personality for the alignment chart. What they're good at? Oh, I see. I wouldn't do that only because it would really kind of, I mean, obviously working in boundaries is very important. I think Dinkus is closest with something like body, soul, and mind. Um, but even then, uh, yeah, exactly. Firm does work. Firm feels like they're more likely to stay. So, okay, let's look at this bunyip, right? Which I'll be getting back into designing. With this bunyip, you might be out into the wild and you might find he's got a flow, and it'll be like flow bunyippo or something. And again, this is a work in progress. Say it needed to evolve by first, leveling up to, I don't know, level 28. You caught it at level 16. To evolve it, what if I had made it, as you saw, like I have several creatures. You know what? What am I doing? Let's look at it like this. Let's go to the compendium. These guys make perfect sense. So let's look at this line in particular, right? This right here. In fact, I'll just kind of block it out for now. So say this guy, evolves regularly, level 16, right? Let's just say. In order to evolve, this could be the chaos form, and this is the order. This guy is level 16, and say he's firm. You would need to get to, say, level 28, or hell, I could do cool things where it's like different numbers depending on. You would have to use moves that, go into the chaos direction. Level 28 chaos would bring you to this. And this guy would have to be level 34 order to evolve into that. That would be cool. Body, mind, and will instead of spirit, right? That's cool too. I'm not opposed to that. Do you have any kind of specific order for creating a Pokemon? Currently, I'm not doing Pokemon design, so I could talk about my Xotempo design as far as specific order. I really don't. I like to kind of like fill out the space. I've never made a region before. This is my own region. I've been kind of going with my spirit with like what I feel like I need to make and then filling out, gaps, things like that. Filling out. And then, for example, another cool thing, right? In the wild, you have all these creatures. Say, even for the 2 stage, right? I would say this creature probably evolves. Maybe this is a creature because it's a virus, right? Virus live to do one thing, right? It's to, I mean, most of nature, right? It's to infect. You can argue like, oh, it's chaotic because it's evil, but again, people are going to misuse chaos as dark or evil or bad. But there's an order to how viruses and whatnot work. So let's say you have a level 16 chaos bug, right? You've been using a lot of chaos bugs. It won't evolve until it's like level 18 order, right? That way, I think it would really allow the alignments to have more individual reasoning to be there and not just like a descriptor for its personality, you know? To be honest, the design sample, I don't know if neutrality is the strongest chaos in order, therefore being harder to sell in their design. How do you mean? Like, neutrality? It's not, but you need to have neutrality. If there isn't, then you live in extremes. And everything in extremes, like, you need to have cute, cool, in the middle ground. Not everything can be hyper cute. Not everything can be hyper cool. You need to have some designs that allow you to understand what is hyper cute and what is hyper or cute, whatever I said. Question: when they evolve, absolutely. I see the alignment as something you're constantly revolving. I don't want anything with the alignment to ever feel. So once you evolve your guy into your virus guy, if you wanted to lean your creature to be more chaotic, you could. Maybe because you like chaos moves more, or maybe the stat buffs that come with being like the chaos guy. And then down the line, you're like, oh, I'm going to go fight the E4, equivalent. Maybe I want my team to be more order heavy for this one battle. Um, I'd love to do a cool thing where, like, once you unlock an alignment, maybe you have like different stones or something, like the Mega Stone type of thing, And then you can swap in stones that they can hold that change their alignments that allow them to have stabs, There's still so much to figure out. Have you stretched today, Bon? I have not. And Danny coming in with the stretch check as well. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you both. I asked this more because I can barely make a Pokemon with a good design similar to yours, so I need some order to improve this aspect. There's definitely a lot of cool videos on that. By the way, my boy Jack over at Subjectively, go take a look. He literally just put a how to make Fakemon video, so go check him out. He's a wonderful artist and a talented character designer. Go watch his video and say Bonnie sent you. Would there be a flow or form evolution in the same vein as others? I don't think so. I think for the evolution, it should be pitched to the extreme. It would feel a little middling to just be like you could make a case that like, oh, the second stage could evolve with a firm and then it like evolves into order for the end. Maybe that's something that could be on the table for sure. But I'm stretching right now as well. Just want to confirm, of course. All right, so I feel very good. At the very least, trying to figure out a system, right? So I feel like I'll probably keep it like this. I do want to work out a triangle system. It'd be, well, this belongs to Monster Hunter. It could be emotion, instinct, logic. It could be body, mind, soul, or even will. Will could be like a third kind of thing. You know what? It could be body, mind, will. It could be body, will, or mind. instead of like bond, it could be soul for the fourth. Body, mind. Have a good stream. Nigel Thornberry. Does that look like Nigel Thornberry? One idea: the normal animals adapted to the mons of this world so they don't go extinct. Be a cool idea. That's not the case because these are all spirits, so that wouldn't really track. If that lacks a need for neutral Evo that I'm questioning, it feels like it's weaker than extremes, meaning it doesn't measure up in a triangle like you'd want it to. It's in a diamond, though, not a triangle. Right? Am I misreading that? It's the lack of a need for a neutral Evo that I'm questioning. Feels like it's weaker than extremes, meaning it doesn't measure up in a triangle. Well, firm and flow would exist as your neutral states. So, you know, you could evolve like, and I would assume not every creature needs order or chaos to evolve for the final form. It could be any, it could be, you know, especially for the two stages, it could be any. Because those aren't like swayed by their overall characteristics, right? It would be silly to do every single creature evolves in the direction of order or chaos. It would make sense for like the third stages to kind of like go in that direction, but I could conversely see a lot of them being just any, right? It could be firm, order, chaos, or flow. It just needs to evolve at level 35 or whatever I set up. And then conversely, it'll be really cool if I did do that because I could open up in the future. Oh, maybe this second form evolved into a previous design during a chaos alignment, but maybe in a new game, it evolves into order, was unlocked. How would the neutrality trump the extremes in this diamond in terms of effectiveness? It wouldn't. They would not trump it. It would be a far more averaged out stats in the middle. Kind of like I would obviously have to sit down and really think about stats, right? It could be like pitched earlier. Maybe order truly is alignments where it's like more physical defense. Maybe chaos truly is special attack and special defense. Flow could be heavily speed. Firm could be high HP, and bond is a really nice averaged out where you're rewarded for going the extra level and breaking through of having label. Take care, JC. About how normal animals can exist in a world with mons or other versions of them. Yeah, I have been saying for a long time I would definitely have regular animals because if these are spirits, there needs to be like chickens. It'll mostly be beasts of burden, right? Chickens, minor bugs, cows, you know, that kind of thing. I'm playing devil's advocate, but I also feel like that's something respectfully, I'm not really tracking the argument. So always good to hear devil's advocate. Mostly you play devil's advocate in my chat, which is needed, but I'm not really tracking the exact call to arms. But like I said, I have a lot here, so I'm gonna save this as Xotempo. What would you call this? Like Xotempo triangle, right? Or diamond, whatever. Let's work on adjusting this guy's design. Now that I've got like a good chunk of it down, we're about 2 hours in. Let's see if I can make this guy. You know what? I should probably, if anything, let me see. Triangle. Okay. So I'm not going to be doing Selkie. Did we ever find another creature for what the first stage could be, because there is a lot it could be. I don't mind continuously adjusting this guy's design, because it's still feeling a little off. So my point is that they aren't meant to have that effectiveness thing to it. I don't understand what the diamond graphic is indicating. They would still be stronger and weaker as you... Can I go back to it? Because if it's not made clear, that's on me. No, I mean, you've got the arrow, so flow trumps order. Order trumps firm. Firm trumps chaos. Flow, and as far as this right here is the middle states. So conversely, I would probably need to do a thing where, and you know what, this should help too. Order might do less to flow. That way it's not like just a one-way thing, right? Like if you do fire attacks against water, it's not going to do a lot, right? So that's what order would do less against flow. Flow would do less against chaos. Chaos wouldn't really... Oh, unless... Oh, wait. Hold on. Dobar Chu? Oh, yeah, it was Dobar Chu, right? Spiritual, physical, and ethereal. I mean, some spirits born in the physical world, like some yokai, and might not use the spirit world or spirit. Kappa could be a fun one too. I can't tell if the bunyip has eyes or not. That's because I haven't finished the design yet. Your spirit remembers me of Yordlings? What's a Yordlings? What if there was a Xotempo that could only evolve after experiencing each alignment? Oh, that would be really cool. But the whole point is the conversation has been opened. I'll probably look up some more type and diamond triangles. I like this idea of the middle one being like the jack of all trades type of thing, where it's like kind of averages out. Low trumps order, chaos. So I just can't have one be stronger than the other. But I will figure it out. I wanted to show you guys the early thoughts in them. Or just a legend never been told? Spiritual, physical, ethereal. I mean, spirits born in the physical world, like some yokai might not use to the spirit world or spirit world, and etc. Okay. Let's do... There's a version of this guy I feel like where I feel like I want to try it where he's more... I'm going to bring you to the side. I want to try smaller head. It might not be as cute. That's the only thing I worry about. Let's see. Niche, yeah. I think so too, right? Like certain creatures could be like, oh, this looks creepy if I bring its head up like a seal or walrus. Hell no. We don't... I'm not doing that. I think he looks cuter and more... Still scary, right? So I'll go ahead and start lining. What's a new game about Spirit? Make Order and Chaos Evolution base of storyline-wise like Digimon Survival. I don't want to make it too much like Digimon, but I think you had mentioned that before. Tell me about the story of Digimon Survival and how they use Order and Chaos. And ultimately, again, as I've said before, Order and Chaos are very much stuff that I'm, not entirely sure about, I do that. the droopy thing. I mean, actually, it could be cute. Let's see. I can't wait to just reline everything. It's just going to... It's going to be really great. Let's go ahead and give him his teeth. Ideally, I do make it a 3-stage system. And maybe what I would do, it could be mind, body, spirit, right? And let them be kind of the offshoot of order, chaos, and flow, right? So maybe it's like mind, body. It could be what? Mind, body, will, and then maybe spirit or soul is like the bonded version. And they all kind of lean into, you know, different attributes. Because again, I just don't want order or chaos to be stronger than one or the other. Like, you can't have them. Conversely, again, like we were saying earlier, they could very well be strong and weak to each other. But I don't know. I really like this design. My body still feel a lot better for triangle than putting chaos in order. That's what I think the issue is, right? I think I'm trying to incorporate order and chaos, which, don't get me wrong, like, they're such a huge part of it, right? But it might have to be, even still, if I have them be offshoots of it, then if I do the offshoots of order and chaos, it would still be rough if I have one be weak to the other, right? He's like a hippo walrus. I gotta say, I like this draft. Also, someone mentioned the kappa. That could be a very fun first form. I really like that idea. Should I make it the kappa? Oh, Dobarchu is an otter, right? Yeah, I don't know. An otter? I think an otter is cute. But what is, like, cute yet deadly? Like a bunyip? And now the eye, the kind of eye that I choose, really is going to make a huge difference, right? Of how this guy looks scary, cute, cool, all of the above. You know? You could have some fun niche evolution method. Bonny John.Any. Fellow looks sleepy. Dobarchu is otter and dog. That doesn't feel as interesting as, say, a kappa. Although kappa could, I mean, yeah, kappa could evolve into anything, right? It's not like, I mean, we do have a kappa in. I like kappa. But no, chaos takes less physical damage and order less special. Um, Order takes less special. I mean, right now I'm not trying to assign like I don't even have any idea of how the spreads are going to be stats. It's more so just trying to get like from a theming perspective, what's stronger against the other. Like for example, so if it's alignment, right? It's one thing to be like, oh, you're in order, chaos, and firm or something. But if I go mind, body, spirit, what is that cover exactly? You know? See, if I do this, he looks sad. Chad, are you gonna hate me if I say his eyes are covered? With a little bowl cut. Yobarchi was also colored black like the bunyip. True. Although I'm not coloring mine truly black. But yeah, that's a good connection for sure. Um, and as I've already said, like I'm not like super concerned if my creatures don't make sense. Like, how could an otter evolve into a hippo walrus thingy? And it's like, it's more the vibes, right? The hair is cute, but I feel like I do want to give him eyes. Just how I do the eyes will be important. Also want to make it different from Hippowdon, who's like very angry. Really love that. Yeah, me too, Jelly. Me too. Um, also part fish. There you go. What do you guys think would be more fun? Kappa? And I mean, I guess if anything, what could the Kappa evolve into? Just to have that discussion. Let's simplify his leg like that. You know what? Maybe I'll, instead of that kind of tail, I'll give him like a very simple, like tail like that. That's cute. I'll have like claws in the front and then like frilled legs in the back, or like flippers, I should say. Is like I'm looking at this part, right? And it feels like I could really get the Kappa here. Be more like Daddy looks? Bugs Bunny? Kappa could evolve into a Kelpie. Kelpie I have for the second one. Or for my mermaid line. Kappa's or excuse me, Kelpie's already there. Alright, since I'm struggling, I don't want to say struggling with the eyes. But hmm. This feels like it could evolve into Bhutan or Bitan. So I can either make, yeah, I can make this evolve into Bitan in the future, right? Is that what I was saying? LP is for the hippocampus line. Right. Bitan in the future. Kappa to Umibozu. Umibozu is that giant wave, right? Kappa would probably turn into a giant, powerful, mythical turtle creature. What? I mean, Kappa are like cute little innocent little things. Like they're more mischievous spirits. That's why I'm kind of feeling, um, remember the actual name game actually called Yoling? It's about spirits, yeah? Take care, Jelly. Thank you for that. I will certainly stretch indeed. Let me do. I think this hippo is a representation of Umibozu. I mean, look, I still don't know what Umibozu is. Giant black human-like being and the figure of a yokai. I wouldn't even know how to make this a creature. Let's see. They appear and disappear in the oceans, often at night. They would often say, "Lend me a ladle." What is their? How do they look? Shaved, smooth head, appears to be all black, but also looks like a mixture between a dog and possibly a sea serpent and an octopus. Its arms end in what resembles a hand made of 5 tentacle-like appendages constituting a hand. This is interesting. See, so I wouldn't see Kappa into Umibozu. It would be Kappa into something into Umibozu's last one. As a seaweed monster? Maybe. So, like, I think this could evolve into Bitan. It could evolve into Umibozu. Why? Because it's all about the vibe of the creature. You know what I mean? Like, if this is a dangerous creature that lives in the water, Umibozu feels like the final step of a dangerous creature, you know? But I'm trying to... Nothing is, you know, set in stone, right? Let me see. What if I did... like a more traditional kind of hippo kind of thing in the back? And it's a little interesting. Into a... Oh yeah, that's true. It could do that too. There's plenty of room. But again, like, it would have to be the best choice for a dex. Like, I want to have the most interesting creatures first and foremost. If there's room for evolutions, like, sure, but I'd rather give the space to, like, more interesting kind of creatures, you know? I was just headed to bed. All right, take care, Alex. Have a good night. Good mythical creatures. Hard to find these names. Mostly Greek, Japan, Norse, and more unique in Towerite? What is that? Okay, let's do, as far as a first... Maybe I can make it shaggy like that, because it said it has a mustache, and I'm looking at this guy right here. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this for now. Okay. The bunyip, or at least my take. Maybe a grindy-low? What is a grindy-low? Whatever you guys suggest, feel free to describe these things to me, because a lot of it is just mythologies I've never heard of. I'm always happy to hear about these new, different kind of creatures out there. There's just so many, like, I do the research and I'm like finding these new mythologies and I'm like blown away by how much stuff is out there. This one has like a traditional nose. I don't think I want to do that. Not his ears. You know what? I like that bump there. I'm gonna give him like a little bit of a lining here. Give him teeth like that. Okay, let's start coloring. You know what? I think I am going to do the kappa. I feel like that's going to be far cuter. And I'm going to have a day where I do cats that evolve into 2 cats. And then a day for dogs that evolves into 2 dogs. So the Dobar Chew is basically just an otter dog. I think kappa is just going to be more fun and interesting of a design, you know? So here we have like a pretty cute creature that is definitely my own take, right? There's no hippos in Australia, but we're not in Australia. We are in Oragaya. Based on how you do the kappa, it might work for this hippo. Exactly. And as I've said before, my designs, it's always a situation more where it's like remoraid into octillery, right? It's less like baby cat into teenager cat into adult cat. It's more about evolving the spirit of the design, right? In a literal way, where it's like kappa is a mischievous creature that drowns people. Bunyip is a creature that drowns people, you know? Now, obviously, there's still plenty of room to make adjustments. None of these things are ever confirmed, right? And what's fun about this design is that it's truly, you know, something that like you it's hard to tell what it is. You can tell it's a hippo. It's halfway between Pokemon and Digimon. Cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of design that I like, where it truly feels like its own thing. You know? Um it's a spirit, right? I've talked about in the past the notion that when it comes to design, it's a situation where when it comes to design, you want to be, you know, fully committed to developing out a vision, right? I think, and you know, you guys have said to me time and time, like, Xotempo really looks and feels like its own thing. And that's what's important to me. You know, which means my identity as an artist is kept intact. Is this the, you know, is this the bunyip that accounts described? Not entirely, but the bunyip's not real, right? All these mythologies and whatnot, and they're real to some people. But the cool thing is, it's like this cultural game of telephone where one person sees this thing and the other person sees that thing, and one person describes it completely different. And my design philosophy are taking these concepts, and now I'm hearing it and redressing it the way for this fictional universe. So it's both a bunyip and it's not. But above all, it helps me create a creature we haven't seen, right? It's a hippo. I think people would see when they see the front, they're like, "Oh, that's a hippo," and then they're like, "Wait a second, a hippo doesn't have this or that or the other," and that's what's great. That's the part where I'm like, you spend a little more time with the design, and you're like, "Oh, what am I looking at? I'm trying to age," and then it becomes something else entirely. So in Pokemon, people would be like, "Oh, this is a grass type," because it's got the grassy stuff on its top. Oh, it's probably part water type because it lives in the water. It's got blue. And in Xotempo, you're like, "Oh, it's probably cryptic." It could be, uh, potentially typic. You know, just because it's not typical to our world doesn't mean like this is just a regular animal or spirit there, right? Um, Actually, I realized I think I do have to run at 9, which is 5 minutes from now. Um, so I might have to do topic tomorrow. Oh, chat, I'm not going to be able to do tomorrow. I have a very important doctor's appointment. I will finally, I'm getting it checked out for free, which is huge. I'm finally able to get my pinky that's been screwed up all this time looked at. So I'm very excited about that. So I have to go to this free clinic tomorrow at around 3:30. They see about 10 people, and you have to they kind of see you in the order that you arrive. So if you don't come in time, you might be sitting there, and not be seen at all. So that'll be around 3:30 or so. I have to leave the house, get there at 4, wait for the doctor to get at 5, and then depending on how many people are there. So I will continue streaming on Wednesday. More than likely, I will stream on Friday. But make up for that day, but it will not be on tomorrow, unfortunately. I like eyes like this, maybe. It's kind of cute. Or like that. Or it's very simple like that. Green. No, I think it needs to be blue. Design looks awesome. Hello, not a worry. Welcome in, Poker Rex. The bunyip isn't real. It's not real. Um, let's see. Anyone found really hard to find? Grendulos are supernatural creatures in England. They're described as diminutive humanoids with scaly skin, a greenish complexion, sharp claws, and long, wiry. I don't know if it works. Gumbaroo. Appa John's people, Bunyip John's people, Umibozu John's people. Amit eats Heart of the Damned. Yeah, so Umibozu could be a fun one. for this one in the future potentially. What if animals or spirits crossbreed? That'd be weird, but not be playable. Um, I don't think so. The Heshugong is a cryptid reported from China's southern Yunnan. There are a few details said to superficially resemble a small hippopotamus. There you go. Bond versus Indifference, too long. The thing about cryptids, we don't know if they're actually real or not. Either actually are a fact and we don't, or just a work of good fiction. To me, the way it is, it's always fun to believe. Like, that's my opinion. It's fun to believe. In my heart of hearts, I don't believe it. It's probably people who are manic. A lot of times they've been confirmed to be hoaxes. Could be people who are bored, want attention. It could just straight up be misinformation. They don't mean to say, oh, I saw. Like, for example, you know, over here, the Heshugong Chinese river boar is a cryptid reported from China's southern Yunnan province. They say it kind of looks like a hippo. Maybe it was a hippo somehow that escaped from a zoo or something, and we're like, that's not an animal you find here. And legends. The cool part is legends become something more than they ever dreamed to be, right? Usually not with the help of, I mean, only with the help of people, you know? And that's pretty cool. Like, that's part of the human experience, right? Not being able to explain things. It's really how much you are of a dreamer, right? Either you can choose to believe, you can choose not to believe. Some feel more believable than others, some aren't. But it is part of the human experience in one way or another. You know? So, at the end of the day, that game of telephone where, I read to you guys 2, 3 different descriptions. Then I saw several different illustrations. And now I made my own version of the bunyip, right? And that's pretty cool. Because one day kids and other players will play this game and they're going to learn about the bunyip, and maybe they'll look into the bunyip and see, like, oh, that doesn't look anything like Bond's version. But when they grow up, they're going to remember, like, oh, they'll know the bunyip and be like, I learned it from this one game. That was the artist's take on it, you know? And that's pretty cool. Because that's just my take. Not, and, it's, who's to say what's accurate, what's not? It's just my take. And that's pretty damn cool. So he's like a very cute creature who you think you probably shouldn't mess with, but he'd probably drag you into the deep. You know? But yeah, he looks a little derpy, and I could definitely see myself making a lot of adjustments as needed. But the mission was to create a unique creature. I did that. Pretty insane looking. No eye grind. In American folklore, the gumbaroo is a fearsome critter with hide so tough that bullets bounce off of it. Oshal Miss Folktale and Crypto share equally not Norse agree. It was popular effect. Why do you think holiday figures exist? The matter you can believe in for a short time can be a wonderful thing. Exactly. It's, we know Santa's not. But it was fun while it lasted. Right? Like, that magic lived, for a little bit. Now, there are obviously negative connotations to corporations misusing, um, you know, But I won't go into that because it's not that serious. You enjoy Christmas? Cool. I do. You enjoy other holidays during that time? Cool. Flipper and Hippo, the Patagonian hippopotamus was a cryptid reported from Aranquania in Patagonia in Chile, described as a river and lake-dwelling hippopotamus. Um, let's see. When this is on the land, derpy music plays. When it's in the water, jin 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 jin. Little cucumber in its mouth. Oh yeah. Um. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can. I think I can stay a little longer actually. Um. Let's try and make a cute little. Again, I think this design I can keep really. Can someone pull up a design for, or not design, but the description of a kappa, all that kind of stuff. I mean, in a weird way, he does look menacing. Does he not? I don't know. Am I tweaking, chat? I feel like like you would see him and either be so scared or you're like he's so cute. Is there something unsettling about it? I don't know how to describe it. The first pass is very fun. I know with Kappa, the main thing is you want them to kind of like bow because they have water on there. So I could definitely do that with, you know. Which hippo you like base for bunyip, the Patagonian, Gumbaroo? No, it's going to be bunyip because the bunyip is the main inspiration, but because again, like the take is the creature is nondescript, right? It's this chimera-like creature. Many of mythologies are chimeras in reality, right? Oh, I saw this one thing. It had the head of a this and the body of a that. Da, da, da. I'm for my universe able to kind of connect it to different things. So I don't need to necessarily connect to mythos, right? Cross like I already have Bunyip, right, as the main mythology, right? So I don't really feel too much like I need to connect it to the Patagonian, the Gumbaroo. You know what I mean? The main one is the Bunyip, one way or another. Santa's not real? About that. Not your problem. Oh, for the main mask. Copy, cross, copy. I want to do Kappa. I like the Kappa. I think it's fun. There's something called dark oxygen. It's a rock that makes a lot of oxygen, some electricity. Be cool if one of your creatures in your um well, I already have all my creatures locked in. There's like a little tiny room for wiggle room, but like it's very specific. Copper is said to be roughly humanoid, about the size of a child. They're typically greenish in color, yellow, blue, either scaly or slimy skin. With gotcha, gotcha. Do they have a lily pad on their head? Is that like the main thing? Because this one will be a pretty fun and easy one. Um, More and more, I've been enjoying, because I have a lot of animalistic creatures. Like, think about it. Of the nearly 111 designs that I've like at least shared that I'm going to do, so many of them are animaloids, right? Animaloids. So I've been enjoying the small run of making the base creatures just little derpy sable-eye gremlin guys. And I feel like this guy's kind of doing this. Turtle-like carapace on their back. Capra said to be Hmm. Now I do. Wait a second. So hold on, chat. Maybe I don't do kappa here. Look at this. What if I made the kappa this guy? This guy is my take on the kappa. And I can even have, because I don't think I had a blue, or excuse me, I don't think I had a, I could turn his right bull hat, like the kappa could be the turtle connection. So it's less humanoid, but it's still, and it's supposed to be a nod to Blastoise anyway. Right? Kappa is turtle man with bull on their head. With bull? Oh, bull. Because I technically don't have a creature associated for the big she, which is like a turtle dragon thing. So Kappa is turtle-ish. So I think that makes sense. And I could always have like a proper Kappa in another game. You know? Like it doesn't have to be like it's used, They become weaker. That's why you have them bow. So that way if the water spills, their power source is gone. So what do you guys think? Keep this guy or make this guy the kappa? Body like cucumber shape? No, so maybe I keep this guy unless there's another turtle mythology. So, maybe make the Bixie preview the kappa. I'm thinking maybe that's what I do. So what is what was it? Otter dog? The Afunk. Afunk? Lake monster from Welsh. Describe variously resembling a crocodile, beaver, or dwarf-like creature. Or platypus. Wait. This could really work. This could really work. Crocodile beaver? I'm so down. And they've got like the big teeth. So let's make him a cute like beaver. Because I already have a crocodile first form for the Makara. So, okay. And you know what? Yeah, oh, dude, this is perfect. So I'll do Afunk Welsh. I kind of want to make him maybe less flipper and more. What do you guys? I don't. I like the flipper, and I also don't like the flipper. The Dobar choose the otter. Got you. Yeah, actually, I think I like the Afunk quite a bit. I think it's quite fitting. How in your game have a robot, aka spirit, be a spirit? I mean, at the end of the day, a spirit takes on the image. So if it looks like a robot, therefore it's still a spirit that happens to look like a robot. So I'm not worried about the semantics. You know what I mean? It's not like it's made of metal. It could, it could visually be made of metal, but all these creatures, one way or another, are, spirits, but they look like a thing. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah, I think I like this better than the flippers. Voice like Patrick Shore? Yeah, I can see that. Harry the Afghan? Okay, you know what? I really like this bunyip. This is like crazy. The first form, then Amit being a possible term for makes a lot of sense, especially considering Amit is a chimeric mix of crocodile, lion, and hippo. Nice. Although, again, I don't see Amit being so important that I want to push it as a Xotempo over like a lot of other cooler creatures. But the cool part is, it opens up a lot of possibilities. So never say no. It feels a lot more piggy-like when I do that. Hmm. Future sequel. Impressions are a funny game. I feel like I have some good impressions. Facfo, Ellis, and Kirby? Wants to take over the world and why drive be pure chaos? That's what happened, taken over by chaos, aka invest. Now this feels like Droopy Dog. Crap, my hippo is a strange person now. What happened to my hippo? Hold on. Let me do one. Okay. Ecto Ellis is a final boss? Jesus, that does not sound like a Kirby bad guy. Don't they usually have like cutesy names and stuff? How did he get a name like Fecto Ellis? Man, I spilled hot water on me. I love this big guy. Hey, Peter. Let's do... No, it's... Hey, Peter. Something like that, right? I've got my reference up. Hey, Peter. Alright, why does he look... He used to look scary. Ecto Ellis wants to take over the world. And why? Driven by pure chaos is what happens. Stewie, not Stevie. Stevie, the new character. The Kirby lore is dark? I kind of know about this a little bit. Tell me more about it. I'm curious. Because you know, I've seen all the power scaling stuff. Like Kirby is like one of the most strongest beings, and I love all that kind of stuff. You know. All right, so I think I have to make the mouth wide. That's the first thing for a hippo. Okay. Let me make the nose kind of like this. Oh, but now it kind of looks like lips, don't it? I guess I could do. Okay, making the teeth wide was definitely the way. Like he definitely feels more hippo like now. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Like he looks like he could go either way. Kill you or not. Ruby Final bosses are dark. I might have to throw a clip in the Discord. Maybe the Galactic God Killer. Maybe last design that I flipper is much more sense design. It made more sense, right? Uh, Not joking. It looks like one prehistoric elephant. Uh, I actually like the bunyip's design before this long mouth. Yeesh. Um. Oh well. I gotta keep going. I like the long mouth feels more dangerous to me. Like the it feels more like a hippo. I would say. Um. Let's see. He definitely feels more terrestrial now, like more Earth-like. Not Earth-like, like the less aquatic. What I'll do is I'll pull up the old version and try to find like a nice middle ground. Although I do like this though. Kirby's always have to kill God. Chaos and Instincts wants to take over world's invasive instincts. That's crazy. Looks like a horse mouth. It's probably the perspective more than anything. Um, also could just be the style. Let's do. I'm gonna push the green to be. Hold on. Oh my god, it does. Feels more like a crocodile horse or something. Not opposed to. He could probably also use whiskers. He does look goofy with whiskers. But it could be a fun way to. You know, I wouldn't hate whiskers because it would make it feel like a catfish. Um, where's his winkle? What is that? Great slide? Whee! Yeah, when I was looking up hippos, they've got like long snouts. They really do have long snouts. That's kind of what I was looking at for reference. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably the buck teeth at the bottom that makes it feel like a horse. I think with the. You know what I should do? I think to really also sell the hippo, maybe I do the like the teeth come up like this or something. Because they've got like the prominent. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. That is gonna make it feel. Let's nickname him Whiskers. Hmm. See, I want to give him a. You know what? Yeah, wait. Maybe I can give him more catfish like Whiskers. I think that'll really give him some interest. He's so goofy. Now it looks more hippo-like. It was the teeth before, for sure. If different types of spirits that are objects brought to life or animals become a spirit like ethereal beings in between. How would it be funny though? Be funny if different types of spirits that are objects brought to life or animals become a spirit like ethereal beings in between spirit and physical. The great zapfish. I don't know what that is. Great zap. Oh, he looks ill. Well, I don't think he's a bunyip, but he looks ill. That's my guy. I want a plush of that guy. All right, let me work on. Let me do something real quick. Let me grab. See, that's the fun thing about design. The level of. Yeah. Open a new tab. I'll have two versions. There's no world where a first design gets pushed. It's just impossible. Okay, there's some cool stuff I can probably pull from both. Actually, no. I like this second one a lot more. Munchip. Bun. Maybe it's munyip instead of bunyip. Oh, I mean, munch, I could see it. Prehistoric eggplant sketch. Okay, so the Afunk. So this will be a very fun and cute one. So let's do for the Afunk. It is. Oh, it's already 9:30. Love to see people fan-made spirits just for fun. Oh, so I see a different. Wow, this interesting design over here. Monstrous creature that, like most, was said to prey upon anyone foolish to fall into it. So in its lake. Hmm. All right, let's look at Afunk in images. So it's basically like this crazy looking beaver thing. Um, hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm game. So let's do Numyip, like the first design. I'm looking at the first one. He just looks like Eeyore. I can't not see Eeyore. The second one looks far more unsettling, whereas the first one feels kind of goofy. Like the new guy looks like terrifying in a weird way. I like the flippers and I don't. Maybe I give this guy webbed hands instead. Yeah, that could be it. But anyway, first pass. All right, beaver time. It'll be like a cute little beaver. Beavers have long tails, right? Yeah. So I guess for its face mask, I'm gonna make it like the crocodile stuff is less important to me in this design. Like it could have little bits of it, but the beaver part is what's most interesting to me. So I think for sure reference the teeth in the wooden mask. Okay. Maybe you'll have like a beaver tail with like ridges or something. Oh, Bennett, you're on stream. I'm drawing right now, interrupting my all these viewers and stuff. Who is this ugly guy? Why is he there? What happened to his hair? What a bozo hanging out with two pretty ladies. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. Stop harassing them. I'm still streaming. Everybody's watching. Got my pen in hand. All right, let me know when that bozo leaves. All right, later. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and continue. I like the first design. It looks interesting with flippers. Make a combination between hippo and walrus. No problem. No problem. I'm gonna go ahead and get this this beaver design down. Catching every shiny starter in Indigo Disc. Holy crap! Nice. Maybe the teeth could stick out at the bottom. It's one of my best friends. I'm allowed to say that. One of my best guys, you know, like one of the best guys I know. All right, let's do something like this. Maybe the teeth could. Yes, you know what, Sketch? You're absolutely right. It needs to be pushed for sure. That's a good suggestion. Because again, it's gotta look carved. Mm-hmm. I gotta look at a beaver. Right now I've got the Afonk on my screen. If spirits have different forms, I wonder how it affects their own self of the spirit. How do you mean? Thinking about friendships that you far more. Yeah, I know, 100%. All right, beavers are so cute. So they got small. Okay, so what I can do. So it looks like the eyes are really high up, and the nose is like. So they got. Ooh, yeah, this is cute. And then they got little ears, so maybe I'll just have it come out like. No, you know what? I'll just keep it simple, like a log. Oh, you know what I can do, chat? I'll do this thing. Thunder, why are you being mean and throwing out some accusations like that? That's not very nice at all. But a foe. What is the faux part? I should call it Affleck. And so let's go ahead. Looks pretty good to me. I'll do obviously like the paint of the design. Okay, so Welsh mythology. So according to the mythology, it's yeah, okay. You know what? I'll put its hands down like this. And he's gonna have his beaver tail flat, and I'll just have him like a little roughed up. Not roughed up, but like nothing mean. Let the case of the insinuating circumstances continue and let chat be the deciding factor. I love his little hands feet too. I'm gonna make him a little bastard. Like, I'm gonna make him look real mean. Alright, so it makes perfect sense, right? He's a beaver. He's gonna have like the totem head like the others. But I'll make it look like it's maybe a little more elegantly carved, you know? Defamation and slander. Let's do. You know what? I can have it be covered in green, like moss, just like the next form is gonna have, right? A foe? A fangs and foe. Hmm. He's still a cutie pie. Like, he's not like that devious where he's like a foe, right? So maybe um yeah, this is looking cute. He's like a little beaver guy. And you know what? We'll color him like maybe the same blue greenish kind of color. Um that way there's like a little bit of interest in his design that he doesn't look just like a regular beaver, right? You know what? I kind of want him to have maybe like a scaly kind of underbelly kind of part, you know? Something like that. A fauna. Well, that's a more still more kind of like a generalized name, right? Like it's an offenk, but then it's fauna is just a general word for animal, right? So I want a more specific kind of name. Actually, this guy would be so adorable. Yeah, Pants has to get it. Like that's like top tier. When was the last time who went to the dentist? You went to the dentist? Afang. It could be Afang. That would make more sense, right? Because he is a beaver. Beaver are known for their teeth. So having a word that kind of like fits with the F of Afunk, that would be more fitting for sure. Let's skew the proportions just a little bit. This little guy on screen, me too. I still like the new HIPPO. Because he's described to be more. I mean, obviously, I can get the hippo's face closer. Also, I like that you guys are more interested in the more flipper design because it's more fitting, right, um for an aquatic creature. Play around with the proportions. What if the pants guy got split evil to serpent so you can evolve into a trouser snake? Then I'm gonna get sued by like some parent somewhere. Do you have the final design? May I design? I have not worked on any final designs, to be honest with you, because that's still very far away. You can absolutely make a rendition of it like in its current form if you'd like. That's what Danny did. Danny, she animated the design I did on screen. So for sure, if you wanted to, um, that would definitely be appreciated. I mean, one way or another, look, I don't want to slow down your creative endeavors. If you guys want to do something as nice as fan art, obviously I'm not going to be like, you know, don't do it. But if you yourself was like, oh, I want to wait till it's finalized, that's understandable too. Um, like I said, come August, by the end of August, I really do want to finish. I do have to travel the end of August, so I will have to at some point, um, you know, work on um this stuff maybe into September because I'm gonna lose some time traveling. But I do want to finish a whole bunch of stuff for August to have the pitch Bible ready. And what that means is I will be working on a few final designs for a lot of designs. Um, which, final to some degree, right? Like things could very well still be adjusted well into release, right? Um, so there are certain key designs that will absolutely be the focus of designing and readjusting and whatnot. Human designs, Xotempo designs, etc., right? Why does his body look mad awkward? Let's have him stand up. Let's not do a lot. Ukulele made a trouser snake character. I find looks interesting. The bunyip does look epic. I do hope it becomes a mixture of both. Isn't it crazy we don't have a South American country? I mean, I don't know if it's crazy, but we've covered a lot of different regions. Like we take for granted how long a franchise has survived, right? Like it's coming on to 30 years. That is insane, Like, yeah, if at some point like it starts to die off, which is always a possibility, right? Nothing can live forever. I'm sure they'll have covered a lot. Um, Personally, I think the next region is going to be taking place in China. Just my guess. Um, it would certainly make a lot of sense financially. Um, I would love a region, Egypt, Greece, India, The whole continent of Africa, you could like pull so much inspiration from. Um, I'm down for wherever. Maybe there's one location of all the games that they chose that I feel like is the weakest, but I'm not gonna say which one I think it is. Or Australia. Australia would be dope too, for sure. Castumble. Astro scientific name. Stumble. I don't really like. I've gotten suggestions from you guys um about using like scientific names. I don't really like it. I feel like it doesn't. Obviously I appreciate when people pitch ideas, but I feel like scientific doesn't fit for the fact that I'm less focused on doing scientific designs. I'm pulling instead from mythology, right? Science is very logical and whatnot, and I love science, but I'm not really leaning on science for many of my concepts, right? Like it's all mysticism and spiritual. So anytime I get a naming suggestion where it's like, um, science oriented names, I'm like, I'm less interested because that's not the vibe of the series. Pokemon is definitely science based, right? With evolution and all that kind of stuff. Xotempo, not so. That looks scary. Next region must take place in outer space. Trust me, I would love an outer space region too, for sure. I'm gonna give him like alligator arms, so maybe just like a little longer, potentially. Mm. What is this guy? But you know what? Like recently, there have been a lot of trademarks, and I think a new office opened up in China. Like they're definitely doing something big with China for sure. It would make a lot of sense too because the last region, the legendaries weren't even very Spanish in origin, right? It was what? Chinese in origin, down to their names and inspiration. Like, it feels very unlikely for them to be like, oh, you're like these, you know, characters and concepts that clearly belong to like some other far off region. And not like obviously they've teased different regions in the past, but like this feels like overtly more of a tease than ever. You know? Agree? Disagree? You know what? Let's keep it. Cleaverman? Idea of using scientific is just that it's a different classification that can be used to work other aspects, not so much the actual science, but just more options. Yeah, but names carry spirit. To incorporate a scientific name, that to me will carry on the spirit of that logical grouping system. Um, so that's not the vibe I'm going for. Let me give him these darker fingers. I'll have to like obviously figure out a pose and stuff. But his face is a little too scary, creepy looking, right? But yeah, what do you guys think? China is the next region? I think it's a very huge possibility. How do I make this guy cute, chat? I think it's the expression. Let me make the eyes bigger. It's his eyes, right? 100%. And some people will like the mischievous one, but let me just try... Yeah, you know what? Let me just make it derpy. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a banger. There's this whole like era in the early noughts, I want to say, where like creepy cute was like a big thing. You guys know about that? You guys never liked the lips. Yeesh. Harsh, tough critic tonight. Um, yeah, again, I do that because if you look up a lot of the carvings for totems, it's very much the lips are a huge feature. China makes sense. After all, Japan did break off from China while they're culturally different now. Exactly. I think for that reason, and then again, money is like the main thing. You know? Um all right, let's see. Its teeth need to be the big thing. Um let's see. How would I do? It's going to be it could be a platypus. 2000 character design, right? Tim Burton's master creepy cute. Let's see. I got a lot of things open. Let's find. Okay, I think I know how I can make it kind of cute. So I'm basing this kind of base form the on the kind of baby beaver that I made. His name was Babyba. I kind of give him like the scaly blue kind of thing. Next up, obviously, I could do platypus, but like it was less platypus in my research. And more like um you know, crocodile and beaver. You know? I'll make it like this. Literal fishnet leggings. That's kind of true. Let's do that. Okay, let's get this face down. Because this is the part that's kind of rough. So he probably needs a bit of a muzzle. Is that what it is? Let's see. So it should be, you know what? I like that it breaks out. Maybe it's more like, yeah, if you look up a lot of the totems, the way they do the eyes and the lips are a very specific thing. I can definitely understand why people might not like it, but it is a very distinctive design element. Can you borrow my fish leggings? So let me do. So how do I do? Okay, we'll do that. And he doesn't have to be a cute designer or anything, you know? But let's see. They have these very, actually, you know what? They have these very kind of narrow faces with Yeah, that's a better shape for sure. I'm gonna look up crocodile baby. Because I want to have a good balance of the two. So you know what? He can just have these kind of ridges that come like this. Um, okay. Ooh, you know what? I can just like give him a second things. Yeah, I think the snout was needed. And what I'll do is I'll also give him like these teeth markings to kind of like just kind of give a crocodile feel just a little bit, you know? Um, but yeah, I do want to at some point, I do want to, you know, still incorporate those elements from like totems and stuff. It's like it could be cute and a little weird and off-putting. Um, this looks like a good kind of fusion of the two. Kind of does look like a little baby. It's like truly it feels like a fusion. You know what? Let's. I think he could still be mischievous. And I like the wooden. Or if I go like this. Yeah, that's a little better. Awesome and cute. I think so too. I need to. Hmm. Let's make him just a little more like that. That way the tail can really... And I guess I can do kind of like, again, like a little bit of a texture that feels like... this is a toy? Really? He's cute, but... Okay. So there's the off funk. And then... Let me see if I can do... I don't know. I still really love this version 2 a lot. Obviously, still very early to call it finished. But let me see. How can I make it more immediately more hippo? Is it like a wide... Oh, it's a wide head. Neat. Yeah, something like this feels more hippo-like. I like doing the... Um, that one sparkly eye bit. It's always one of my favorite tropes from like anime. I guess with the nose, it did have... I wonder if I... Because if I did... The previous had like a pink thing. I feel like that made it too... kitty or something. Looks very wise. Head looks better. Let's see. Like I could see if it was in the anime, like you'd see this creature from the distance, and then he sees you, and he's like, Okay, that looks better. Let me make it maybe more webbed feet because I don't like the flippers. It feels like it would not be, you know, like the flippers. Hmm. Pause in between? No. Yeah, I'll have to like probably come back to this design and try and figure it out. Um, part of, you know what? Actually, what I could do. Oh, it's already 10 o'clock, so it's 3.5 hours in. I'll call it right after this one. For the time being, I like if his toes were like kind of blocky, just like his teeth. You know, that to me visually kind of like tracks with the kind of visuals of the teeth. Yeah. I can see this as the Snorlax. Oh, interesting. The same toes. Yeah, I could kind of see. Oh, yeah, because Snorlax has a similar thing, right? Where when it gets angry. Okay, okay, I like that. Um, I will call it here. My hand is killing me. Um, but cool. That's another two down. I guess I'll have a little bit of a cooldown so I don't leave so abruptly. I will quickly just kind of do like a quick, um, you know, size thingy versus Snorlax. Oh, don't say that. If I would, I'm gonna make this guy even more cuter because Snorlax is one of my all-time favorites. So if you guys are saying that, I do want him to be able to like be as cute as Snorlax. Um, and you know what? Snorlax does have that vibe, like the cute but scary vibe, but not like overtly scary, like you know it could be. Um, uh, okay, but let's do. Actually, yeah. So let's do. I think bunyip could be one of the bigger two stages for sure. I think something like that feels right. Like he's not like big enough to be so massive like this. Yeah, just about something like that feels very good to me. You know? Yeah, it's like a little beaver crocodile. Like the bunyip looks much. Yeah, I do like I like the bunyip a lot more now too. I don't know about the flippers. Um, he's got. I mean, hippos don't have flippers and they swim in the water. I could probably still look at walruses and whatnot. I did pull them up for reference. So still room for sure. Perfect size. Snorlax sleeps on you, it's over. I think if this guy slept on you too, it might still hurt, right? Um, He's got a cute little tail there. Um, cool. I think that's about it for today. Oh, there's one last thing I can do, which is move these over to the compendium, slowly but surely continuing to oh yeah, so I was potentially gonna make it a wombat or a drop bear. It's clearly not the case. Um, like I said, I will not be streaming tomorrow. Um, I will be streaming Wednesday, hopefully. Um, I'll figure out what I'm gonna stream on Wednesday. But ideally, I would love to again get the 2 stage lines just about finished. Um, but yeah, that's today's designs. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to um, please be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Right? Mythical creature that could work. I might not be putting Jack Frost in this thing. I think I'm just gonna keep Scarecrow because I would rather fit another cultural like 2 stage, you know. But yeah, let me know either way. I'd be happy to still know about it. But glad to have you here. You guys are too kind. Thank you for, you know, joining me today and hearing about the potential type triangle element that would add to combat and all that fun stuff. I'll keep working on all that stuff on the back end, little by little. Actually, you know what? I haven't done kind of a flip in a while. So let me see. All right, not the worst flip. But yeah, guys, have a good night. I will see you next time. I'll keep in touch, of course, through the YouTube community page. So look forward to that.